Yo guys, what is going on? I'm Yellow, a hardcore PC gamer. So today I figured that we should talk about how to clutch better, and I want to take a mental kind of angle on this entire subject matter, mainly because of how without a good or decent or stable mentality, you're probably not gonna do well in Counter-Strike regardless. Mainly because of how it's almost at any point in time possible for one dude with a P250 to dink 5 people in the head, even though again that luckily never happens unless you're Shroud, of course. So yeah, that aside, let's talk a little bit about the mentality in the realm of clutching and how nervousness can be overcome by raw human nature and how we work as people, in which the round right there here in the gameplay is a good example of me being in a very specific situation in which I got completely wrecked and I kind of freaked out, which I should not. So that aside, the thing about the mental game, which I've talked about before, is that essentially we are built up by our mentality, and that is molded by who we are, what we do, and how we deal with different things, in which if you study something and comprehend it on a higher level, or if you keep the grind up in that realm until you eventually learn something more about something that you might not know that much about, eventually you'll be able to get a new understanding of whatever goes down, in which if you then almost intentionally jade yourself towards the most raw level of whatever that task might be. In this case, a good example would be clutching, or stressful situations with a lot of opponents coming your way, in which you calm and collectively, if you're able to ever overcome those situations, you'll be able to deal with it. Just getting to that point, we literally have to do something a lot of times, which is a pretty unsatisfactory answer towards how to get better at clutching, how to clutch, how to get more consistency done in Counter-Strike, even though again this is obviously also related to other things, because we are humans, of course. You know, we need to have a steady blood sugar, we need to practice a lot, we need to concentrate, study the subjects that we really want to get into, regardless of what it might be, whether or not it's music, it's real sports, it's esports, or it's some kind of work-related thing that you might do. Regardless, spending a lot of time on it will get you further, but also studying the details that might upset you or annoy you, or maybe frustrate you, or maybe there's some kind of different angle towards the subject matter that you have not taken a proper look at before. If you do that, you will probably eventually with time, obviously, more so for people that put in serious work even into those kind of things, you'll be able to easily get through that. In which, from the human perspective, us as people, we are literally made to get bored of things eventually. It's just one of the weird things about human nature that you can't really describe any better other than that. There's a pretty good reason for why we never eat the same type of food. There's always new food being introduced that we enjoy to then try out, and you know, spice, it becomes a spice of life, to almost butcher a quote, okay, or rather a related sentence to put in here, okay. So yeah, other things is obviously that eventually sticking around the same person will, unless that person might be to some degree exceptional, that will get incredibly boring as well, or you know, playing the same game for an incredible amount of time, unless the game itself ever so slightly change up, or maybe get some nuances towards itself, which probably is why people have been playing World of Warcraft for such a long time, even though again I literally get physically tired from playing those kind of things, or just like I want to go to bed instead. But that is completely different matter, you know. So just to circle it all back to clutching and things of this nature, human nature looks at different tasks of this kind of nature in a very animalistic and broad way, which is like, you know what, oh my god, I'm being attacked by 2, 3, 4 people. I am now in a, you know, terrible position because there's like 2, 3 people that know where I am. How should I deal with this? And the organic, natural reactions, which are way more related towards the raw animalistic like instincts, it's not gonna be the thing that you want to do. But to overcome and to rewrite yourself, to learn how to be able to deal with these emotions, but also to jade yourself towards itself and get used to it, and then just focus with your mental state, your level of brain instead of anything else, you'll be able to get through that kind of little hurdle that we have built into ourselves, being incredibly advanced animals, and from there on out it's just a cakewalk, even though again you probably have to spend a decent amount of hours into these kind of things until you'll be able to handle the situation better, even though again failure is obviously a thing that everybody will go through here, some more, some less. I guess I'm in the middle of the tree right there, but then again that is because I have decent focus to begin with, but then again that is because Counter-Strike was not my first FPS. I've been playing thousands of hours of FPS games before Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and so with that I think I should add 2 related videos towards this subject in the end of this video with 2 annotations so that you people can get a little bit more complete picture of all the things that are very much related if you ever want to be able to get even better at clutching, because just doing something is not necessarily always what you want to do initially. Maybe also getting better focus could help out too, right? So anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, we got the Patreon stuff in which has been revamped, so please do take a look. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.